Ladies and gentlemen, an election discourse that started promisingly with the Prime Minister focusing on Vikas under his tenure has now gone down a known path. A bitter debate over wealth distribution, then social economic fault lines, and now, well, the same old Hindu-Muslim rhetoric. The timing of the report submitted by the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Panel makes no bones about the fact that it is meant to further polarize this poll. Two non-BJP chief ministers of two southern states that are heading for elections have vowed to ensure that quota for marginalized Muslims remains a reality in their states. Let's listen into them before we debate. Is there no escaping the Hindu-Muslim vitriol in India's election season? First, the two chief ministers.
भाई दलित और आदिवासियों को ट्राइबल्स को रिजर्वेशन हमने दिया, ओबीसी रिजर्वेशन हमने दिया, माइनॉरिटी रिजर्वेशन में भी तेलंगाना आंध्र प्रदेश में हमने दिया, किसी का लेके किसी को नहीं दी। इसीलिए हम लोग ये बात कह रहे हैं कि ओबीसी रिजर्वेशन बढ़ाने के लिए 50% कैप निकालने का वादा हम कर रहे हैं। एससी एसटी रिजर्वेशन हमने लागू किए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी तोड़ी किए, तो हम जो रिजर्वेशन दिया हुआ है हम क्यों हटाएंगे? भटकाने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी कोशिश कर रहे हैं। 10 साल के बाद वो पूरा फेल हो गया, इससे कोई फायदा नहीं है। लोग भी होशियार है, वो लोग भी एससी एसटी रिजर्वेशन के वजह से डॉक्टर्स, लॉयर्स, इंजीनियर, आईएएस, आईपीएस बन चुके हैं। वो लोग भी काफी समझदार है।
ఇవి ఎట్టి పరిస్థితుల్లోనూ కొనసాగుతాయి। 4% రిజర్వేషన్ల విషయంలో కానివ్వండి, ఎన్ఆర్సీ విషయంలో కానివ్వండి, సిఏఏ విషయంలో కానివ్వండి, ఇంకా ఏ అంశంలో అయినా మైనారిటీల మనోభావాలకు, వారి ఇజ్జత్ और ఈమాన్ కు అండగా నిలబడుతూ మద్దతుగా ఎల్లప్పుడూ ఉంటామని చెప్పి సందర్భంగా తెలియజేస్తా ఉన్నా.
My guest this evening for a quick chat, China NC spokesperson of the BJP, Sundar Sarma is spokesperson of the YSRCP, and Adil Singh Bopara is spokesperson of the Congress Party. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. This is going to be a very quick chat. China NC, two southern satraps from the opposition not falling into the pressure and the narrative that the BJP is building. Hindu-Muslim ki koshish ho rahi hai. The two southern satraps are saying, we will continue to give Muslims reservation under the OBC category. What is the harm in that? It's constitutionally allowed.
Shreya?
Shaina, if you can hear me, that question. Yeah, good evening. Go ahead, Shaina.
Yes, I can.
Audio gaya aapka?
Okay, good evening.
We'll try and fix it.
I just want to say
Achha, now
a
you can hear
limited
me. Go
point
ahead,
that,
please.
you know, for 60 years, for 60 years, the Congress has played nothing but appeasement politics. What have they done for the Muslims and the Dalits of this country? They haven't given them education, security, empowerment. They have only kept them as vote banks. And look at the audacity of the Telangana Chief Minister. Whether it's Mr. Revanth Reddy or Mr. YSR, who constantly say that, oh, you know, this 50% cap is not the limit. We will continue to give more reservations. I want to say, what did when our constitution was formed, Baba Sahib Ambedkar said that reservation should be based on the premise of the economic strata of the individual and not based on religious backgrounds. The Congress, if at all, is doing just the opposite. They are playing the Tushtikaran ki Rajniti, which they have done repeatedly and continue to do so. So I would want to say that people realize that on the one hand, you have Prime Minister Modi, who empowers you through your livelihood, gives you the opportunity to education, better healthcare, better security, and the 60 crore Labhartis who have benefited from these schemes, whether it's a Jandan Yojana or a Mudra Banking or even a triple talaq, which gives Muslim women the dignity of life. These are the realities of today's politics of performance, where you want to empower lives and not just facilitate people with freebies, subsidies, SOPs, and constantly giving this lollipop that, oh, you know, reservations are at stake because if the BJP comes, it will do this. Please don't spread these kind of rumors. The Prime Minister has clarified on this stand on multiple occasions.
Okay, but then you're talking about SOPs. What is free rations to the poor in this country? Anyhow, that's another debate. Adil, I'll let you respond.
I just have a question before I respond to the subject matter of the debate.
Who are poor and
Miss-
below poverty
is Miss-
line. There's a huge difference there.
Can I answer, please? Is Miss Ravi the same
Adil.
economist who had
Yeah.
written a piece at the Indian Express and there were charges of plagiarism and the Indian Express had to withdraw that piece? Is she the same economist? Just out of curiosity. Is she the same economist? Because Indian Express then withdrew that piece. Am I
Adil,
correct?
Adil, I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm not in a
There's no-
position to answer that question. I don't know.
Well, I'm given to understand because if this could be verified, because that would indicate how seriously we should take this report which has come out. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Indian Express had recalled one of the articles written by one Miss Ravi, who was also an economist, on charges of plagiarism. So if your team could verify this aspect, point number one. Point number two, there are several flaws with this so-called study. Firstly, subject to correction, the last census was done till the year 2011. So how does the researcher factor in numbers up till 2015 when there was no census which was done? You can only come to a hypothesis based on data. So as per the census of India, the last census was done in 2011. There was no census done in 2021.
Adil,
So
she
how
has
does the
responded to that
researcher
question.
get-
She
Number
has
two.
responded to that question.
Number
She
three.
has absolutely and clearly responded to that question, saying that there are projections and economists across the world go by what these projections are. आगे बढ़िए चलिए.
In other words, what she is stating is that these projections are based on assumptions. Obviously, that's what she's saying. That this projection, which has been factored in her findings, is based on assumptions. So at the very outset, she should say that these findings are based on assumptions. Number two. Number three, it is a matter of record right since 1981 that the minority growth is decreasing. The TFR numbers are decreasing. The total fertility ratio, as per several contemporary studies, indicates that it is more or less balanced among communities. So therefore, keeping all these factors in mind, considering the fact that there is no authentic survey, there is no authentic census up till 2015, factoring in the picture that this is a finding or a report based on assumptions. Number three, that TFR has remained stable for all communities. In other words, it is diminishing or declining for all communities. I think this is politically motivated given the time and the circumstances. And let's not lose sight of the fact that this economist happens to be the daughter of the Tamil Nadu governor, Mr. T.N. Ravi. And the DMK and the Congress government had in fact even petitioned the president that the governor is trying to destabilize the opposition government. But I don't want to get into that. My point being that this is a politically motivated
You've already gotten into that. Yeah.
This is a politically motivated report.
Okay, I get you. And there are many quarters in the opposition that are calling this a WhatsApp report. But the fact is, the data is there for all of us to see. And here's the beautiful thing about data. You can, Arey bhai, I can't, I can't. And please, no character assassination, no character assassination on my show. Arey, Adil, no character assassination on my show.
Not at all.
I'm not in a position to verify your information, na. But Sundar Rama, okay. Sundar Rama Sharma, the larger question is, today your chief as well has gone out and spoken about Muslim quotas. You know, the BJP will do what it will do. It benefits the BJP to polarize a poll. It benefits the BJP to release a report like the one they have. Why is somebody like your chief minister playing into it? Sir, you are on mute. Could you please unmute yourself?
Yeah. This 4% reservation is actually given by Dr. Rajsekhara Reddy in 2006 or 7. So Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy is very clear that he wanted to continue that 4% reservation in Andhra Pradesh. Especially the main issue about the Bharatiya Janata Party is whenever the elections are approaching, simply they say that appeasement, politics, Muslims, Christians, like that. See, in 2018, Nagaland elections, the Bharatiya Janata Party in Christianity-dominated Nagaland, BJP has promised to senior citizens to a trip to the Holy Land of Jerusalem. If the Bharatiya Janata Party do like this, it is not an appeasement politics. See, in what way, in what is their motto to declare a manifesto in their manifesto in Nagaland 2018, a trip to Jerusalem, free trip to Holy Land of Jerusalem. This is the problem with the Bharatiya Janata Party. If the elections are approaching, they will talk about the Muslims, they talk about the Christians, they talk about the reservations, they talk about something like Pakistan war or Sri Lanka or like that. See, my question is only one. This government...
But they also
Mr.
talk
Jagan
about
Mohan
the
Reddy,
Hajj quota, na? They also talk about the Hajj quota and say that
Yes,
under
Hajj
them
quota,
more
that is
Muslims
what
are
it
going
is.
for Hajj than in the previous regimes.
See,
So
Hajj
it's
quota
not always an
NDA
anti-Muslim rhetoric is what I'm saying.
See, NDA is against to Hajj quota also. NDA is against to Hajj quota. But in 2018, they have given in their manifesto a free trip to Jerusalem. That's my point. Okay. And another thing.
Okay.
Today, 4% reservation in Andhra Pradesh. 4% reservation in Andhra Pradesh. Our CM very clearly told that he will stand for that 4% reservation to the backward communities of this Muslim community. Backward communities of Muslim community. It is a constitutional. It is constitutional. Because there is, and this reservation is not applicable to the Pathans, Sayeds, Mughals. They don't get this reservation. Only the poor or the BC of Muslim community, they will get this reservation of 4%. It is not unconstitutional. And Bharatiya Janata Party,
It is not. And the Prime Minister said as much. But the Prime Minister has said as much that I am not looking at quota that is given to the poor Muslims in this country or the OBCs. I'm looking at Muslim quota in general. The fact also is that states in the south have tried to increase quotas for the Muslims, and have aimed at 10%, sometimes even 12%. Thank God there are courts in this country. So the fact is that there has been some degree of appeasement as far as the southern states are concerned, and as far as the Congress party is concerned. The BJP is doing what it will do politically, attack you on that, attack you on appeasement politics.
See, once we say that the southern parties are doing political appeasement and Congress is doing means, I just told that even Bharatiya Janata Party is doing the same thing. If it is a politics, everybody it is a politics.
Okay.
Don't bring and don't show that they are very pious.
So you are saying
they are only for the country. Others are not for the welfare of the country. That things should not be there. See, if it is a politics, yes, politics.
Chaliye,
4%, actually, you rightly told 12% reservation. 1 minute. You rightly told 12% reservation. Actually, it is a 12% reservation Mr. Rajsekhara Reddy has proposed. But the court has given only 4% because they wanted to restrict this 50%. For that, actually, this 4% is their reservation. You're right.
All right. But an attempt was made. Now, okay, we'll leave it there. I'm out of time. No, Mr. Sarma, I'm out of time, unfortunately. I'm sure we can have a longer debate sometime, Shaina. We'll probably have a longer debate on this. For the moment, it's time for me to wrap. Thank you very much. My producer is getting very upset. Shaina. Tomorrow, I promise we'll continue with this debate. Thank you very much for joining us. Sundar, Sharma, thank you very much. And Adil, thank you very much for joining us as well. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's a wrap from me. Thank you very much for joining. Shreya Dhoundial joining you at the top of 9.